Hi everybody, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be reviewing a game app called Godzilla Battle Line. It's a 2021 game. It was released by Toho alongside two other games that don't interest me as much. So let's talk about this. The game is pretty much a strategic planning game where you or a leader monster are sending your units in, or your team, to take down the opponent's leader and their team. And that's pretty much it. So, where do I start? It's a pretty fun game. I do like it, but I do have to say it does have some negatives about it as well. But let's start out with everything. So first off, as you're seeing on screen, when you enter the game, there is a tutorial that kind of teaches you the basics of the battle and what you're supposed to do and what you can do. That's pretty nice. It's a rather short tutorial, maybe 1 or 2 minutes. And after that, you pretty much can do anything you want. On the main menu screen, you pretty much can go back into the online world and battle other opponents or other people. Or you could fight a bot that trains you and helps you get used to the battles and more experience. You can also check your deck, which is the units and the teams and stuff. So the units, you can have up to 8 units, and one of them is your leader, and that leader has a special attack that can help them in battle, and they will automatically attack any units that get near them. And then there's the other units. Some units will go straight into the battlefield, attack anything. Other units will attack any buildings or nearby structures that are in their path. Units that fly and just go straight on, or units that go immediately for the leader. So there's different kinds of units, and they all do different kinds of things and have different effects. I do have to say some of the best ones are like Godzilla, Earth, or Ghidorah. But besides that, you can pretty much choose your deck, again, as I said before, and you can experience them and level them up, which will increase your player rank. And then there's a shop which you can buy stuff with the real money or the money from the game. So yeah, that's pretty cool too. And then you have expedition maps which you can explore, and you can use gems. I think that I call them gems, I know. But yeah, you can use those to finish the expedition much sooner, which is pretty cool. And then the last thing is the event, which, if you're seeing the gameplay, there was an event going on with Singular Point Jaguar. So that's the event that was going on for the gameplay, which you will see in a bit. But you can earn tokens from that and buy stuff as well. And of course, you can customize your main menu screen, add like footage in the background, posters on the buildings, and you can even make your kaiju dance. So that's pretty cool. And those are pretty much the basics of the game. To go over the characters you can get, I find them to be interesting, because you do have the main guys. You do have like Godzilla, Mothra, Ghidorah, and stuff. But then I'm using this as an example. But then you have like Aggregate Destroyer. But then you don't have the adult form Destroyer. Although I'm pretty sure it's been confirmed in a recent poll that he's going to be added to the game. But still, it's rather interesting selection of kaiju. And in case you're wondering, I did play this game off camera a long time ago and kind of, wanted to see what it's about. So the footage you're seeing on screen is me downloading the game again and just using footage. And overall, I do gotta say that it's a pretty fun game. It's very addictive, and it does kind of tempt you to get all the units because you want to see what everyone does, and you get accustomed to each unit and you make your own team. So that's pretty fun. The units themselves are pretty cool. They require energy on the battlefield, and the more energy one requires, the better their attacks are or what they do. So that's really cool as well. And of course, as you're seeing, there's some with bronze 1 star, silver 2 star, gold 3 star, and the gold ones are pretty much the ones you want. But then there's the 4 diamond stars, and those are really, really good. But of course, those are the most difficult to find. On my team is interesting. I well, before this, my team consisted of the Mazer tanks, the Deskidora, Ghidorah, Mothra, those characters. So yeah, the game kind of just tempts you to like play around with each unit and see which ones you like and which ones you keep and which ones you'll use. So that's really cool. The soundtrack in this game is also something pretty cool. You can go to different stages like Tokyo, Tokyo at night, New York, New York at night, London, Skull Island, and even Tokyo covered in the singular point mist. So that's really cool. And the soundtrack is just amazing. It seems like a Toho movie. And I think my favorite one is the New York soundtrack or Mechagodzilla's Tooth theme. So that's really, really cool. And of course, you can't choose the stage. The game kind of says, here, this stage for 1 hour, then the next, and so on and so forth. There's actually a schedule you can check that kind of tells you that. So yeah, those are really cool things. But let me talk about the not so cool things. There's only a few. There's not really a lot. But before we do, I do want to say this is a really cool game because there's no ads. At least during gameplay. If you want to, you can watch ads to get free expedition maps and stuff. But aside from that, you're not going to be getting ad after every level you complete, which is something really cool that I appreciate. But again, let's go back to the negatives. So don't worry about ads unless you watch them on purpose. But I didn't show it during footage, but I do remember during my first playthrough, I remember that I would be in the same rank as another opponent, but that other opponent was significantly stronger than me and had units that could overpower me easily. So I'm not sure if that's just an issue with everyone, but I do remember that I would go into these matches and I would get my butt blasted by the other opponent, and I'd get beat up because they'd be at the same level, but they'd have units that could again overpower me, like Kiryu, singular point Godzilla. And I remember losing those battles, and I remember it got to the point where I lost so many battles I was just ready to quit, but I continued on because I did want to see whatever unit was, and wow, was that a big problem for me. Another nitpick I have is like actually getting units, because as far as I'm aware, the only way you can get a unit is through expedition maps or if you buy them off the store. And of course, I wasn't able to like get and use everyone. The only way I was able to do that was through the event. But even then, I wasn't able to get everyone. Like I wasn't able to use Kong or see what he did. So that's unfortunate. And yeah, those really annoyed me. I just remember losing so many battles, and that was pretty sad. So overall, I like a challenge, but I don't like when I just get beat every single round. But eventually, I did get units after getting my butt beat, but I did get units. And eventually, I did get decently strong, enough to at least last longer, but that still didn't mean I win. So, yeah, aside from that, those are my only nitpicks. And maybe my other nitpick is that we don't get to choose stages. It's just kind of like a random time thing. But aside from that, it's a really fun game. And I'm not sure about the other two, but I'm pretty sure this is the best one of the three. Of course, Godzilla fans have been wanting a console game rather than these mobile games, because obviously these don't like give you a lot of options to make games. Like, I mean, this is like a strategic puzzle game. But yeah, aside from that, it's a really fun game. It is addictive, and I do like the fan service and models. And I do like that there's a wide range of monsters, even including some of the weapons from Shin Godzilla, which is interesting. So overall, I really like this game. I give it an easy 8.8 out of 10. Not my favorite Godzilla game, but I did like it. And I do like the work that went into it. So overall, a pretty good game. I encourage you to download it if you don't have any console games of Godzilla. And since you won't be getting lots of ads, that means a lot of free time. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.